Hey guys, what's up? Darcy here at 6 Strings 9 Lives. Back for a CD vinyl update, and even have a Blu-ray in this bunch to show you. Little bit of the past, little bit of the future here. A good mix, anyways. We'll get right into it. If you watch this channel, you know I'm a huge Helix fan. Love these guys, and I'm happy to say I finally found the one I'm looking for on vinyl, and I couldn't be happier to get this. This completes what I call my 4 essential Helix albums: No Rest for the Wicked, Walking the Razor's Edge, Long Way to Heaven, and Wild in the Streets. So yeah, like I said, I couldn't be happier. You know what, there's no bad Helix album, but these 4 just really bring me back to a great time in my life, and being able to see these guys live probably at least 4 or 5 times. Being here in Canada, they were more accessible for sure for us to go see, because they'd always tour around where I lived. And so this is an original copy. It hasn't been reissued. You know what, some of these sure should be. I know they have been on CD. Rock Candy put out the exact 4 that I mentioned, and those sound phenomenal too. So if you're new to Helix, go check out those Rock Candy versions. You can't go wrong with those. Anyways, Wild in the Streets, just a phenomenal album from 1987. Have the original inner here, and this is just in mint shape. Mint shape, whatever, VG, doesn't matter. It's in great condition. No seam splits or anything like that. And that is on just black vinyl, and we all know the old Capital logo right there. So really happy to have that. I spun that 2 times already on vinyl, and it just sounds phenomenal. Next up, Christmas is coming. I saw this come up on pre-order, and you know how I feel about the metal god, Rob Halford. He's one of my idols. One of my very favorite vocalists from my favorite metal band. Just traditional metal band. I got a lot of favorites, but I love Rob Halford. So I picked up his Christmas album, Rob Halford, with Friends and Family. It's called Celestial. What a cool cover. At his age, he still looks pretty awesome. He always just looks metal to me. Just always brings me back to those days when I was turn on that video for Free Will Burning, and he had the leather hat on, and it was so cool. Anyways, this is, like I said, it's a Christmas album. Here's the hype sticker. So it says here, featuring the traditional holiday classic, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and brand new songs, Donner and Blitzen. There's a video for that. And there's also a video for Morningstar. So 150 gram vinyl. Pretty cool. Yes, it does have an inner. And Friends and Family. So, you know what? I did not know that Rob had a brother. His name is Nigel Halford, and he's the drummer on here. And I'm sure that would be him. Looks like Rob for sure. So there is the inner sleeve. Some cool photos, kind of just in studio shots. And here is just the track listing. There's no lyrics. They're all Christmas songs that, a lot of us know these Christmas songs. This just came on black vinyl. Same label that Priest comes out on. Legacy, Sony, or whatever. Cool center ring here. A little bit of a glare here with the black, but both the same on side A and side B. So that I usually will bust out the Helix Christmas album every year. I'll have this one. Still got to get that Twisted Sister one. That would be good to have on right around Christmas. Spin all those. Next up, let's go with, well, I I took this out of the vault just to show you, because this turned 30 years old. I can't believe it. This is Whitesnake Slip of the Tongue. Basically, you know, just a very good follow-up album to, you know, their 1987 Monster album. So I decided to pick up the 30th anniversary remaster. And this sounds great. It's got a probably about 7 or 8 extra tracks or alternate versions here. Be hard to see there, but look it up if you're interested. This one does feature Steve Vai on guitar and Adrian Vandenberg, so you definitely have that Steve Vai flair on this album for sure. Reminds me, well, you know, he was the guitar player for on David Lee Roth's Eat 'Em and Smile. It definitely, there's some of the solos in here that remind me of that. Not comparing the albums by any means, but just that, you know, the Steve Vai flair, you know what I'm talking about. So that was a good pickup. My Whitesnake collection is kind of thin. I need to improve on that. I just have maybe 3 or 4, and but as they reissue these anniversaries, 30s and 40 anniversary issues, I'll probably pick those up for sure. Next up, happy to have this. This is one I've been waiting for a couple of weeks now. It's a Music on Vinyl reissue. It's been shown a couple of times, but again, if you watched any of my videos, you know how big a fan I am of Accept. This is a very glossy cover, so I'll hold it a little bit sideways so we don't get a full glare. This is Russian Roulette, just a phenomenal album. A little bit heavier than Metal Heart, for sure. Kind of a little on the darker side, but you know what? This is right in the span of about the 5 albums. Metal Heart, Balls to the Wall, Restless and Wild, Breaker, and Russian Roulette are, you know, they're my top. They're the top of the top for me with Accept. Just killer albums. So this, like I said, it came out on Music on Vinyl. There is the hype sticker. You know, Music on Vinyl, I've said it over and over, they do such a good job. They go all out. It just seems like they just go all out and definitely make it worth your money. So there's just the inner white. I won't hold it too close. You're not going to read that. A-side, B-side lyrics. That's all that is. Did I show you the back of that? Well, there's the back anyway. So same as the, you know, the CD or the original vinyl, if anybody's got a copy of that. But and these Music on Vinyl, they just sound phenomenal. So let me show you the vinyl. It is a kind of a gray marble. There is a RCA logo, same on both sides. So RCA, BMG, great job, Music on Vinyl. And while we're on the Music on Vinyl topic, usually I'll keep my eye on a few things on Amazon, and if they drop below a certain price, I just won't pass them up. And that was the case with this Music on Vinyl release from 1994. That is Testament Low. And this is not a glossy, it's more of a matte finish. Just a phenomenal job again. They always come in, they don't come banged up or anything, they come packaged properly. Music on Vinyl, and you know what, Amazon does a pretty good job. And even if something isn't in order, you can easily print off the return label and get yourself another one. There's a track listing, you know. So my thoughts on this album: great album, I love it. I thought, you know what, after Souls of Black, Alex left the band, and I thought, you know, how is this gonna go? And you know, Louis the drummer left, and but I'll tell you, this album, The Gathering, maybe not as much so on Demonic, but Eric Peterson, I'll tell you, that guy deserves a lot of credit. Really, for all intents and purposes, Eric and Chuck run Testament. I'm not going to say they're, you know, they can't do without the rest of the guys. You know, Helix is, sorry, he's phenomenal too. But, you know, Eric does a good job, and he did a great job in the absence of Alex Skolnick. Let me show you this. But anyways, I love this album. It's heavy. It's probably really almost as far as heavy and a little less thrashy than their earlier stuff, it's basically the heaviest thing they did on Atlantic Records. In my opinion, opinions vary, but just, listen to it. And having John Tempesta on drums did not hurt, and James Murphy on lead guitar on this one. Anyways, there is the inner for that one. A nice stock paper for that. And did I show yes, I did show you the back of that. And like I said, music on vinyl, they always use the very nice anti-static sleeve, so you don't have to do any replacing or anything like that. And this one is kind of on a nice orange, not transparent, kind of the old creamsicle orange here with the cool Atlantic label. Great album. I love tracks like Dog-Faced Gods, PC, I love that song, Trail of Tears, the whole album's good in my opinion. And here is the hype sticker bag. What does this one say? Limited edition, 1,500 colored copies, individually numbered, includes insert. Pretty cool. And you know what? It dropped to about $25 Canadian. You just can't beat that. So I try not to pass those up. The next day they shoot up to $40 or $50. What's next here? Okay, yeah, this might turn into a longer update. This one, I've been watching this probably 3 times over the past week, and this show is just phenomenal. This is Helloween United Alive. This is the Blu-ray. I'm not used to a Blu-ray packaging like this. My Blu-rays, I'd much rather have the actual Blu-ray movie style, but whatever, not a big deal. So it's a two disc set like this. And I also, so under here, you'll see it just does not say United Alive in Madrid. This show, it goes back and forth. It goes from Madrid to Wacken to, I think maybe 1 or 2 other. I didn't pay full attention to exactly where the songs were. Some cool bonus features on here too. They do these little mini interviews with all the guys, and some are talking in German with subtitles. Cool, no problem. And then Kai's on there. They're talking a little bit of English here and there. But you know what? I just love Helloween, and I had to pick up the. So this is the audio version, and I have not had one of these fat boxes for ever. You know what? I think the only other one in my collection would be Iron Maiden Donington, the original, the 92 Donington one. But so this is pretty cool. I ordered this one directly from Nuclear Blast because Amazon was taking their sweet time, so I canceled that. So these fat boxes. I'll show you this booklet because the booklet is actually the same for the Blu-ray exactly. So there's the booklet. And then they show each band member, Andy Darris. There's Michael and Andy together. Oh, what a job they did, I'll tell you. Phenomenal show. I wish I could have saw something like that live. There's Michael. And the man, Kai. Love Kai Hansen. And Marcus, Sasha. Actually, when you're watching this guy is so tall. I whether the other guys are shorter, I have no idea. But Sasha standing beside the other, 4 or 5 guys, besides the drummer, he looks like a giant. But you know what? He is a big part of this band too, and I don't mind the 3 guitar player thing, the whole 7-piece. It's all really cool. I don't know if I'd want every band taken on 6 or 7 or 8 members, but this really fits. Danny, what a drummer. And in the DVD, there is a tribute to Ingo, the original drummer, where Danny's, I don't know if he's playing along with those solos, but they just go to the big screen and show footage of Ingo, who is sadly no longer with us. What a job. You know what, there, and actually there is parts of footage in this Blu-ray package where it shows you all the, just the background, what do they call it? The LED stuff. Just watch those. They're just like 1 minute long or whatever, and pretty cool. So glad to have the Helloween stuff. And we'll wrap up this update with a couple of Cloudy milder recommendations. Cloudy kind of, I watched a video of his all months back, and he was showing this band, and I'm like, I put them on the checkout list and just never got back to them right away. And then when their new album got released, I listened to the lead-off single and then another song, and I was hooked. I was like, you know, I really need to get these. I'm a big fan of Judas Priest, so this is kind of in the lines of that. I'd also say I've been a little stubborn. I should say I was stubborn prior to, you know, a couple of years ago of taking on new bands and, oh, I don't want to listen to that. And, you know, how can they be better than what I'm already listening to? But, you know, I've really changed my attitude as far as that goes. And listening to bands like Haunt, Enforcer, Eliminator, and this band. This is their newest album. The band is Ram. Sorry, I had to build that one up a little bit, but this is a great album. The back cover, it's super hard to see. I don't know. They should have went a little bolder on here with the lyrics, but what's that? I was going to say, do they have it right here? So anyways, this one is called The Throne Within. This is 20 years of Swedish firepower. Ram created the perfect heavy metal blast from Deaf Forever Soundcheck #2. I'm not sure what Deaf Forever, I don't know if that's a magazine or a show or something. But anyways, Ram, The Throne Within, great album. And then I also picked up their album that just came before that. So this is a 2019 release, and this one is their 2017 release by Ram, called Rod. Ram Rod. So it looks like this album, well, it is. I've listened to it a few times, and they're both phenomenal. Out of the two, I prefer the new one. Check out a song called Fang and Fur. Love that song. There's a lot of great songs on here, actually. But this one, Ramrod, song 5 is a 6-part song, Ramrod the Destroyer. And then there's a list of all the, how it breaks down. So it's kind of a little story to wrap this one up. I'm definitely going to pick up some more Ram. Like I said, got to be a little more open-minded to some of this newer stuff. You know, the Iron Maidens, the Judas Priests, the Scorpions, things like that. The music will live forever. There's no doubt about that. But these bands won't go on forever. And, I'd like to, still, like I said, be a little open-minded and listen to a few new things. I'll try them out. And, if I don't like them, I'll move on. But anyways, that's my update. Sorry, I babbled on a little more than usual here. But anyways, until next time, stay heavy.